Hey everyone, this is James, the face and face the music. Now, one of the things I learned a long time ago when you're collecting for retro game video consoles is that you can often find cheap add-ons for your collection from Value Village, which is a thrift store in Canada. Similar to Salvation Army, runs on stuff that's been donated. Now, the opportunities there have kind of dried up over the years because people have become aware of what things are worth, and it's not too much of a rare instance to find that anything that comes in that's a little more valuable ends up in a glass cabinet in the front price for whatever the price was on eBay. So the number of times I find something in a thrift shop nowadays is greatly diminished versus what it was, say, 10 years ago. But a few weeks ago, I was going through Value Village and I found this. This is a USB Logitech Wingman Rumble controller. Now, it was priced for 99 cents, and obviously there's no way for me to test it beforehand, but I thought, well, 99 cents for a gamepad that has Rumble built into it, that's a pretty good deal. So I picked it up. And I don't know if you guys can notice the one mistake I made right off the bat, but there's something that's a little key missing on this controller. Where the analog stick should be, here and here, there's just the metal bar that sticks out where they were attached. So at some point in the history of this controller, those pieces were removed. And while it is still technically functional if you place your thumbs on the metal sticks, it's certainly not a comfortable gaming experience. So I immediately realized this is a great use case for 3D printing. You can design something that's similar, or maybe not even at all similar to the original design, print them and snap them right on there, and we should be able to use this controller just fine. Now, I took to some 3D modeling software and started designing it before realizing I might not be the only person that's ever had this problem, and sure enough, on Thingiverse, there's somebody who had already designed replacement analog covers for these metal sticks. So I'm going to show you the footage of me printing off the ones that were successful. Well, I'm hoping are successful. You'll see why in a minute. I did take 2 attempts to print this. The first one, while technically usable, is not very comfortable, but I have higher hopes for the second set. So we'll go ahead and show you the footage of that now. I always love watching those, to be completely honest. I spend a lot of time watching other people's time lapses. It's so interesting to watch how something seems to come out of absolutely nothing, almost as if magic. So here's one of the ones that I printed the first time, which looks pretty good until you look at the underneath and realize that anywhere there was overhang, it actually drooped. Now, I had turned on supports, but I'm guessing that the amount of distance between the underneath, or the part where you place your thumb on these sticks, wasn't sufficient to cram in some actual support material, and as a result it didn't do a fantastic job. So with that in mind, I flipped it to print like this with the support material, with this being more than enough distance for it to generate proper supports, and it came off the build platform looking like this. Now, this is printed in PLA, which I got from buyapie.ca, which is a somewhat local shop here in Ottawa. I printed this at 0.1 millimeter layer height, first layer at 200 degrees, the remaining layers done at 185, on a bed that was heated to 80 degrees and sprayed with hairspray. So the advantage to the hairspray approach is that these printed on stuck really, really nice, but by the time the bed cooled off, they had actually just completely popped themselves off. Now, I did print this on a raft because I wanted to make sure that the bottom layer, which contains the hole that's going to fit over these, didn't have any mushing or smudging. I wanted to make sure that it was perfect. Now hopefully we should be able to just go ahead and start peeling off the support material without too much hassle. You can hear it just popping off there, and a lot of the actual support material is coming along with the bottom. So then we should be able to give this a little bit of a squeeze and play with it. And there we have it. Now, that's not entirely clean on the underneath, which I'm not as concerned with. A little bit of time with the file will smooth that right up. What I am incredibly happy with is how smooth the inside of this is. I think that'll be incredibly comfortable for playing with the thumb, assuming we can get the hole unblocked with the support material. It is a little more bonded across the bottom than I was expecting. Well, let's see what we've got that we can go ahead and push through that. Go ahead and pull the rest off the second one to see if we're going to have the same problem there. I would say yes, that material is staying right in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cleaning this up. I'll jump cut into when everything's set to go, and we'll see how well it fits the controller. Okay, so not too much cleanup required to get all the extra stuff off. There is, like I said, some sanding to be done on the underneath if you want to get it perfectly smooth. The inside of the cup is perfectly smooth, however. There aren't any real sharp edges. The amount of friction that would build up based on the roughness on the top layer is pretty minimal. The top layer isn't quite glass, but as you can see, it is pretty smooth and shiny. So I've gone ahead with my flush cutters and cut off the excess material across the hole on top, and we should be able to just slide it down like I did with the other one. Give it a good firm push. And there we have a 3D printed repaired Wingman Gamepad, which should now be perfectly usable and significantly more comfortable than having the metal dug into your thumbs. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. Basically, this is a gamepad that was on sale for 99 cents that, using 3D printing, I was able to salvage rather than throw out. So I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about today, by all means toss in the comments below. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to see more 3D printing material, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell. I'm going to keep putting out content, especially related to how I can use 3D printing with my retro gaming collection. Alrighty, I'll see you guys all again next time, and have a fantastic day.